Monsters at Work episode 7 just dropped on Disney Plus, and yeah, it was a pretty good episode. Probably one of my favorites of the series so far. I still think episode 3, the one where they go into the door, is my favorite episode of the series so far. But this episode is probably definitely a contender next to it, and this episode is about basically Mike and Sully realize that they need to have the laughsters, or no, not laughsters, jokesters, onto the laugh floor. Excuse me, I cannot speak today. And so that way because otherwise they're gonna have a major power outage because they just don't have enough people working there. And so they get all the jokesters out there. So Tyler realizes this is a big chance, but he doesn't finish fixing one of the doors, so he rushes to get on the laugh floor, and then he realizes he has to go back and fix the door. So as he goes back to fix the door, in a rush to get back on the laugh floor, he almost he gets stuck in the door trap and ends up in the banished door with the abominable snowman. And Tyler doesn't know the story about the abominable snowman and why he's banished, and no one does. Supposedly he ate somebody, and there's all these different stories going around, and so he is. So basically, Tyler's very conflicted about this guy because he doesn't want to get in trouble. But then he realizes the reason he was banished was because Waternoose, the original CEO of Monsters Inc., banished him because he found out about the Scream Extractor, and Waternoose didn't want that to be known, so he gets him in trouble. And he banished him, and so basically this episode is about finally that character being unbanished, which I think was a great idea because when I watched Monsters Inc., that's not one of my things that I thought about. Wow, man, that character is not unbanished. I didn't think about any of that. But at the end of the day, he is unbanished now, and that's a great thing. And so it was like a clever reason to bring this character back. It was like a loose end that didn't need wrapping up, but also could be wrapped up and be made better. And I think it really worked in this episode. One of my favorite episodes of the season. I love that John Ratzenberg came back to voice him again. Of course, John Ratzenberger voices a lot of Pixar characters like Ham from Toy Story and other stuff. Great voice actor. So it was nice hearing his voice in this episode. Voice acting in the show in general is just 10 out of 10 for the most part. But yeah, good episode.